Well, good evening, everybody. And welcome once again to the Valley. Um, I know it's going to take a quick bit for people to show up, so if people want to show up, I'm, you know what, screw it, there. Now y'all can see me again, in beautiful, shitty, whatever, something P this video is. So, allow me to turn my background down a bit. There. I know the crickets can kind of get annoying in my world. And yes, this one's being done actually from Cookie Tin Studios in my world in VR chat. So hi everyone. So yeah. Life, am I right? I know it's been a while since my last stream. And oh fuck. I hate how these streams have become basically a therapy session, but I mean, what can I do? I'm never going to go to an actual therapist, so. So, yeah. Did the alert even go through Discord yet? Because I haven't seen it. Oh, that's all X. Well, I think the fucking thing's gonna automatically do it. I don't fucking know. Holy shit, it was last month, almost a month ago. Goddamn. Anyways, actually, fuck it, I'll do the ping myself. If Me6 decides to wake their ass up, I'll just remove my link. Yeah. Fucking Me6 has really gotten bad now. Like for like you basically need to use premium for anything damn near now. Unless you were lucky and did it before it went premium and it kind of stuck. So. There. My own ping. But, like I said, if Me6 does shit, I'll just fucking fix it. So, yeah. Yeah, life sucks. Being human sucks. Emotions suck. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Got my station wagon running. Got that running last month. Hey, Amber. And, yeah, I've been fixing little things here and there, and now the bloody thing's starting to puff, so only on startup, but still it sucks. That's the motor that my dad and I rebuilt. And yeah, basically in the span of a month and a half, I've lost 5 friends on VR chat. They've unfriended me, and even unfriended me on Discord. And 2 of them at least have blocked me in VR chat. And I don't know why. Like, the closest thing I could think of at all with that situation was all I did was ask one person if them and their significant other would, like, want to go for, like, coffee or something IRL. Just to hang out, because they happen to be, like, really close to where I live. And, I hadn't got a response in, like, a few days, so I'm like, you know what, don't worry about it. And it was after that I was having problems seeing them in VR. It was like they blocked me, but we're still on my friends list. Then another person from that group actually unfriended me, and I couldn't see them either. And it turned out they removed me from their group as well. So, yeah, that was entertaining. And then, then 2 more people actually left my server, my Discord server, and I went to message one that I had literally talked to maybe 2 weeks prior. And they had me unfriended on Discord, and I couldn't send messages. So, no idea. And then a 5th one was somebody that, then the 5th person was somebody that actually appeared after me finding out about someone feeling that I'm too old for them. The whole 28 versus 40 thing. Anyways, that person, it kind of went, hey Rick, that person, it kind of went back and forth a couple of times, and then they unfriended me off of VR chat and off of Steam. And then eventually they unfriended me off of Discord as well. And, well, I'm just gonna come straight out and say it. I admittedly have a problem. I get attached too quickly to people. It's like I get shown affection, and I don't know. I try not to get attached quickly or easily. I try to put safeguards up. And I constantly remind myself, I constantly say in my head, just, it's nothing more. They're just friends. Nothing more. And then there's certain cases where you meet certain people and because you're in a shell and you've been battered so much emotionally and you're afraid to come out, certain people you meet, they want to bring you out of that shell. They want to make you laugh. They want to make you smile. And especially for me, like, getting to know someone is, like, I like getting to know people. I like, finding out about them and that, and, like, certain situations, it ends up that, depending on the person, I do end up opening up. And they end up, like, learning more about me in that. And I guess I enjoy that attention too. And, like, I want to get to know people. I want to, I'm not intentionally doing it looking for, like, a relationship or anything. God knows I try not to. And then inevitably, somehow, I end up just, getting fascinated by a person or whatever. And, like, they end up, finding out certain details about me that, nobody really knows. Like, and, I don't know. It ends up, how do I put, like, let me put it to you this way. I have safeguards up. I try. Inevitably, somehow, I always slip through the fucking cracks. And I'm always stupid. I try not to be. But it happens. And, situations happen that feel really special to me. And it starts feeling like whoever, likes me for me seems to find, good things about me somehow. And I was talking to someone the other day, and this so seems to ring true. I basically said that anytime there's an inkling at all that I might like a person, it's like I happen to have some sort of power that helps them get into a relationship. Not with me, but with someone else. And it's almost like... how do I put it? It's almost like... I can't put it into words. I can't think of it, but like... You know, I'm going to take a page from my late girlfriend. She used to say she would enter a person's life for a purpose. And once that purpose was fulfilled, she would disappear. Such as, like, replying to, like, a Facebook post or something, and maybe, like, helping out for something. And, I'll say this, for the most part, it did kind of seem true for that. And then, after she died, I kind of sat there and thought to myself, I wonder if that's what happens to me too. Because before me, she had dealt with abusive people, druggies, people that just out and out ignored her, treated her bad. And then when things finally kind of seemed like they were starting to get better when we were together, and she was finally going to go for a different job to do better, that's when she died. And I thought about it, and I thought, I wonder if I was brought there to make her last few years better. Even though I'm a shattered mess in the end. And I think about that for the situations that I've been in now. That, like, I don't know. It's like I show up with, you know, I show up to people with a decent energy and, help with something, or just someone to be there for them for a moment or whatever. And then it just all disappears. Because I'm no longer a help. Or I'm no longer good enough. I've basically served my purpose, and they've moved on. But anyways, regardless, like, people try to build me up. And no, I don't, I don't, I don't leave the people I met. I just, because of how I feel with different situations, I tend to royally hate myself. Because inevitably, somehow, how I feel, like, even though I try to block whatever out or, like, shut it down, I always either end up being too annoying, or some people have even called me creepy. But, like, the people like, within the last month and a half, with the exception of 1 out of the 5, were people I had known for over a year or 2 on here. And, but yeah, like, I feel like no matter what I do, I end up hurting people around me. And a lot of times it's because of just having emotion, period. Because, you know, I was happy to seem like somebody actually, wanted to know me and wanted me to open up and everything. And then it just, I think I just look way, way, way too deep into anything. But I mean, that's been a flaw of mine for so many years. And when I say years, I mean decades. It's just, it's a flawed part of who I am, but it's always going to be there. You know, people say I wear my heart on my sleeve. And honestly, maybe one of these days I'll actually put that on my Abby here. And kind of as a visual representation that I try to be nice, I try to be helpful. And then when shit falls apart, I always feel like it's my fault. I feel like I do fucking bad no matter how good my intentions are, how good I try to be. I always end up hurting people. Like, I'm not I'm not going to get into detail with this, but I know yesterday was kind of a shitty day. I had basically 2 ticks shy of an all-out war in my server over something that had happened in a VC. And I finally put my foot down, made a warning post, and I was still mentally frustrated over it. Very, very frustrated over it, because it brought me back to another situation that I had dealt with prior. And so I dwell on things. That's another flaw of me. And so I was dwelling on it, trying to stay afloat. And then there was another situation that had cropped up. Once again, I'm not going to give details. The only thing I'll say is, when the person came to me, they were bawling their eyes out. And the situation's dealt with. And I still feel like crap. I still feel like somehow I hurt someone. Just for being me. And I'm always gonna feel that way. No matter what. Because, like I said, I'm not giving details. It's not my place to. This is just my perspective, my feelings on things, which I know could be, in fact, are probably wrong from an outside perspective. I always blame myself, because I want to care, and because I fucking care, I emotionally slip up, and I like people, and I hurt myself and others somehow in the long run. Like I said, the 2 situations yesterday are handled. But I'm always gonna feel like crap, no matter what. And I mean, whether people believe it or not, by my voice, I'm 40 years old. I'm not young. And I don't know if some people say I'm not old either, but I mean, I've had that a few times, that I'm too old, and stuff like that becomes a bug in your ear, and you just sit there, and it's like, no matter what you do, you don't feel like you're good enough for anybody, even though you've got so goddamn many friends around. You could have an auditorium. You could have an auditorium full of friends. And due to certain emotions, you'll feel like you're just isolated. As I said, yesterday was two different situations. I'm not gonna carry on with it. I'm sorry for even mentioning it. You know what? I apologize, everybody. I shouldn't be using Twitch as a fucking spew my guts out here. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have streamed. I honestly apologize. I hit the wrong scene. I'm really sorry.